I think the big thing for the Atlanta Hawks is don't get into a matchup where you got a chance to start playing roughhouse with Dikembe, because he's going to be an intense player. He's going to play with a lot of intensity. You got to go at him and get him in foul trouble.
Opening tip to Atlanta. And Josh Smith top of the key, now to Bibby. Houston has been a very good defensive team this year. 4th in the league and allowing just 92 points a game. Josh Smith, left elbow off the mark. And T-Mac the game's first rebound.
Which the big thing is, Al Horford, I know he loves playing in the paint, but on some plays for Dikembe Mutombo, you got to stay lifted and then dive in and get rebounds. Because if you let him stay in the paint, that's his strength, to block shots and control that paint for the Houston Rockets.
Here's Scola. And Horford inside to get that rebound. Oh, look at Dikembe sprint to the other end.
Yeah, the big fella still got it. He's in tip-top shape.
Bibby, 3. Rebound Josh Smith. Up against Scola. And the first foul of the night goes against Luis. He is going to get consideration for all rookie honors this season.
He's played extremely well, especially in the absence of Yao, who's done a good job of fitting in his offense. He does a lot of little things, Bob, that you can't see. He's a power forward, but he can play a little 3. Reminds me a lot of Dabahosa for Toronto, who's injured. But just a guy that's a utility guy, but definitely has some skills, and you can play him in multiple positions.
Josh, 70% at the line, averaging 17.2. And he opens the Atlanta scoring with a couple of free throws. A minute into the first quarter, and here comes Houston. They have won 11 consecutive road games. When you look at the streak, they didn't lose in the month of February. That's pretty amazing. T-Mac. Horford's second rebound.
Doing a good job boxing out Al Horford, and tremendous one-on-one defense. And good job by Josh Smith drawing a second foul on Scola.
Well, that will force the hand of Rick Adelman. And it'll be Chuck Hayes coming off the Houston bench. Scola didn't have a chance to break a sweat.
Not at all. And good job for the Atlanta Hawks. They're doing an extremely good job of attacking. And now you have another front court player out for Houston. And they're down to just Steve Novick next, who got to come in and play big minutes for him.
Joe for 3, nothing but net. Boy, hasn't that been a familiar scene over the past week?
Well, it's a great sight to see for this Atlanta Hawks and their fans. You look at the Houston's bench. They don't sit down until they score. And they might be standing up for a long time.
And the rebound to Marvin Williams. Hey, if that's what it takes to win 19 in a row, we'll stand up. Joe backing down Battier. Josh Smith, good job to keep it alive, but Rafer Alston comes out of there with it. Racehorse against Marvin. Too strong off the glass.
And they're still standing.
Josh Smith to Horford. Now Marvin's jump shot. That's good.
Excellent start for the Rockets. You want to see how Rick Adelman plays this game. And this is a touchy possession, because you usually call a timeout on a 7-0 run. He has a lot of confidence in these guys, but if they don't score on this one and the Hawks can score a couple more baskets, it's going to put a lot of pressure on them.
So they go to T-Mac. He cross-courts it, and Battier for 3. Rebound Hayes, and everybody gets to sit down.
They're happy. Well, going to find their seat now.
Joe, now to Josh.
Good
Stripped.
D. That's very good D.
Boy, Battier, he was such a terrific defender in college. Same thing in the pros.
He doesn't get mentioned a lot for defensive teams, and I think he should, because he guards multiple positions.
And a reach in on Bibby. First on Mike.
When you look at it, right there, Mike Bibby right there on the turn, and I didn't see the foul, Bob. I mean, that's a good play by Mike Bibby. He got all ball.
So Battier gets an extra timeout. Old Detroit trick.
Get a chance to get some rest.
Rafer Alston. He's another guy, Smitty, who's played his best of the year since Yao went out. McGrady, baseline. And Dikembe saves it. T-Mac will drive it.
Got scared of Josh Smith. Didn't even want to put it up.
Chuck Hayes. And Josh Smith the rebound. Outlet to Joe. Into the paint. Out to Bibby. Little push shot is good.
Good job of Mike Bibby. He has a great stutter step. Great change of direction. He looked everybody off like he was going to bring it back out and got a chance to shoot the jumper.
Alston circles back out. T-Mac lines it up and feels it on this one. Tracy McGrady coming off a 19-point effort against the Nets on Monday. Bibby short and over the glass. You know, it's an interesting Houston team. It is not a team that blows up and down the floor like a lot of the teams in the West. They get it done with a good half-court offense and outstanding defense.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, when you have a guy like Dikembe and Yao Ming, you really can't run. I mean, those two guys are not going to get up and down. But they do have some guys that in a half-court offense, they can get guys that can draw a double team, and Yao and Tracy McGrady when Yao was not hurt. And that's the reason why they don't really have to play fast.
McGrady again. Fumbled it on takeoff. Thought he got fouled. Horford gives it up to Joe. 3 in transition. Boy, Joe Johnson is on his game.
Yes, indeed. And you can pull up and transition from way out and run away down the court on the other end before it goes in. You know it's going in. He's feeling it.
12 for Atlanta. Alston. Joe matched up with T-Mac. Battier drives it, bounce inside. And the Hawks are running 4-on-2. Lob to Josh Smith, and he throws it down. A 10-point lead, and that will get a timeout from the Rockets. A tremendous start for Atlanta.
Yes, indeed.
And look at the height on Josh Smith to go get this lob from Joe Johnson. Already the Hawks are 5 of 9. 56% shooting. Rockets 2 of 10, and they've gone 1 of 4 with a couple of turnovers in their last 4 possessions. Inside, Battier. Nice fake on Marvin and got the foul. Josh coming across to block it, but Marvin picks up his first.
Hawks are in great situation right now. I think when you look at it, the only offensive guy that you have to be worried about, all these guys can play, is Tracy McGrady. He has not got it going on. And I think when you look at it, you take out Scola, another good offensive player. They have a lot of guys who are defensive-minded guys right now. I think the concentration right now would be, hey, even draw a little bit more double teams on Tracy McGrady. Don't let him get in rhythm. Other guys might make shots, Bob, but I think when you look at it, you keep him out of rhythm.
Shane Battier, 71% free throw shooter this season. 7th-year man from Duke, splits the pair. And a 14-5 game. You know, the Rockets have never played well in Atlanta.
Not at all.
Their all-time record in Georgia is 17 wins and 48 defeats. Josh Smith. Mutombo rebounds.
Houston, not good in Atlanta. I think right now you see Tracy McGrady's trying to post up. Good job by Mike Bibby double teaming.
Alston missed the 3. Rebound Bibby.
You know, a superstar like Tracy McGrady's going to get frustrated. Even though he's doing the right thing, Bob, of passing out of the double team, then he's going to start forcing it. I think it's a good mindset for the Hawks to keep double teaming him.
Josh turns it over. Well, you tip your cap to Alston. He has fit in with Rick Adelman's system and has taken over this ball club at the point.
And look at this double team. This is what Joe Johnson sees every night.
Battier drains a 3. That's a big shot for the Rockets.
It is. I think that's the one guy. You can't let him get wide open looks.
He's a 40% three-point shooter.
You got to kind of play the defensive odds of letting Chuck Hayes or Dikembe get to wide open after they kick it around. You put pressure on the guys who can score and make Chuck Hayes hit jumpers.
T-Mac muscling McGrady, or muscling Marvin Williams. thrown at form, and I think that's some of the frustration, Smitty, you were talking about.
Frustration is starting to build up. You can tell.
Pretty early for that, isn't it?
He's missed a couple shots, and then I think he's also feeling the pressure because he's the only guy that can score the basketball right now.
Good-looking shot by Horford, but over the rim to T-Mac, and the Rockets trailing 14-8. Battier left wide open, and hasn't this been the story of the Hawks in the last 5-6 games?
I mean, Marvin came over and helped. It's just too much. I think when you know the guy just hit a three, you kind of let Rafer Alston drive the basketball and hope somebody else picks him up. You just can't leave off of Shane Battier.
Battier kicked this one out of bounds.
Well, Bob, when you watch this play, look at the help by Marvin Williams. He comes over, and that's great, but that's just too much help because there's nobody else left to rotate for you. You got to stunt. Show Rafer Alston you coming and make sure you know you have to get back to yours.
And there's no need to triple team Rafer Alston 25 feet from the basket.
I mean, I just think the thing is you play the percentages and you kind of play in your head the game. Well, my guy just hit one. He's in rhythm. So you know he's going to take the next one.
Horford giving it back out front to Bibby. Childress in for Marvin Williams. Hawks save the possession. Joe, tough shot. And he hit it.
The machine, I mean, in this last 6 games, the machine is on fire. Tough shot, easy shots, everything. He's just having one of those runs where you don't want it to end.
16-11. McGrady. The rebound to Houston. Battier again. Joe's got him this time.
You see how quick Joe closed out on him, which
absolutely.
is smart. Make him drive it.
And Rafer Alston. Rebound Atlanta. Chills can't save it.
Is this pretty, Bob? Shane Battier, excellent defender. He knows the shot clock is down, so he's up on Joe Johnson. He can't get in closer unless he wants to wear his uniform.
Man. And that, of course, is the thrill of watching a guy like Joe. When he gets it going, it is why the NBA game is so good when you watch the superstars get hot.
I love it because there's nothing you can do as defender. Shane Battier, a big defender and a very good defender. He did everything you're supposed to do. Didn't foul him, up on him, didn't give him a clean look. But the great players make the plays look easy.
Childress the foul. And T-Mac to the line as we remind you about our Chick-fil-A family nights. 4 tickets and 4 chicken sandwich combo meal coupons starting at $89. Next one's coming up Friday when the Clippers are here. For tickets, visit Hawks.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS. T-Mac missing the first of 2. In his career in Phillips, his point total, 27.1 on average. 4 wins in 11 games. Tip to Chuck Hayes. Speaking of Chuck and Kentucky, I'd like to welcome all of our SEC fans in town for the big tournament at the Dome. Starts tomorrow. Alston. 3-pointer halfway down and out.
Good job. Good defensive scheme by the Hawks. Double team McGrady. Make somebody else beat you. Didn't let Shane Battier have an easy open look on that play.
Bibby held by Alston. That quick move froze the defender. And Rafer's got his first. 16-12. Alston goes out. And Bobby Jackson comes in. Now the Hawks are going to take a timeout. 3:01 first at Phillips. Atlanta 16 and Houston 12.
Situation where we were great teammates. Got a chance to get to Kimbe to come from Denver over here, and he just pushed us to that level where we were constantly in the playoffs, winning 50 games. The big fella did a lot for Atlanta, and I think you got to understand how much this city will miss him and what he brought, not only on the court but off the court.
Yes.
But the good thing, Bob, he'll be making home in Atlanta.
That is good news. Citizen of the world, Dikembe Mutombo.
Not just the NBA, like you said, all over the world.
Josh Smith misses a three, and the rebound to Houston. Josh Smith 1 for 4 in this opening quarter. What does Bobby Jackson bring to this Houston team?
Leadership, a tough guy, a guy who knows Rick Adelman's system, and a guy not scared to make shots.
T-Mac angles it up and in. And we got an offensive foul on Josh Childress. As Steve Novak is in the ball game now for the Rockets.
And here's a guy who brings a lot of different diversity to this team, because when you look at it, and here's a guy right now that can shoot the basketball. He's big, but he'll be spotted up. I think now it'll give Tracy McGrady a lot of opening room to drive the basketball, because it won't be crowded. With DeKempe and Chuck Hayes, that's 4 people standing in the paint along with Tracy McGrady trying to drive it.
Battier.
Shane Battier should not get any more open looks. He just missed that one.
It's the first one he's missed. Open looks. Bibby on the baseline. His former King teammate Bobby Jackson defending. Bounce to Marvin, who just came back for Josh Smith. Rebound Chuck Hayes. Now Bobby Jackson. Wearing the over-the-calf black socks tonight.
Yes, indeed. Keeping those legs warm.
T-Mac took the bump. Battier got a hand on it. Hayes. And the rebound to Atlanta.
Chuck Hayes is the type of guy you want on your team. Doesn't score the basketball a lot, but Bob watching him just making all the right plays, even though he missed that bunny.
Joe good again.
And on defense, you know, I love Chuck Hayes, but there's nothing you can do with Joe Johnson right now. In this zone, in this rhythm he's having going for the last 5 or 6 games. Hawks will just keep feeding him the basketball.
A 10-point first quarter, Jackson. And tipped out, the ball belongs to Atlanta. Now Horford is going to come out of the game as Zaza Pachulia comes in. And AC Long is going to get in the game. First time AC has stepped on the floor since February the 20th at Sacramento. He comes in to get Bibby. 1:05 remaining in the period.
Good to see AC Law back. You know, the kid has had some injuries in his first year and some rough runs. Every time he gets it going, he comes up with an injury. Good to see him back. The Hawks need him, and Mike Bibby also needs him to give him a little rest.
Illegal screen on Joe. Didn't see that one. Joe caught for a push.
I thought it was somebody screening Joe Johnson for him, but
I did too. I thought it was on Zaza. 18-14. Houston's got to feel pretty good about things. I mean, Joe Johnson's having a fantastic quarter, and T-Mac can cut it to 2 as he goes to the line.
Let's watch this foul, this last play. Look at Joe Johnson right here. He's down on the block. He sets a pick on Steve Novak and comes across. Bob, I didn't see anything.
Again, I thought it was on Pachulia.
Maybe they called it, was trying to call it on Pachulia. Maybe. I doubt it, because he definitely said number 2.
You know, that's a third foul on Childress.
Yes. I saw those, all 3.
So T-Mac now with 6. He had 41 last Saturday against the Hornets. Houston down 2. Joe looking to keep it going. Hayes corrals it. And the Rockets can pretty much run the clock down to the end of the quarter here.
They have Mario West on Tracy McGrady, and just watch this matchup. Mario West will play him hard.
Jackson left alone. And Novak gets it, puts it in. And the Rockets tie it. Mario from three-quarter court. And that's the end of the period. So a costly turnover gives Novak and the Rockets a chance. And Steve ties the game. Houston ends the period on a 14. Shane Battier. Novak can shoot it. Left it short, the ball out of bounds. Novak is a 49% three-point shooter this year.
And that's a great play out of timeout. Just a diversion play, misdirection. Everybody thought they were going one way. Came out with a big screen for Novak. He missed a wide-open shot.
Battier now defending Joe Johnson. Marvin finds Joe.
Look at Bobby Jackson. This is what you like about his toughness. Amongst all the trees, he went and got that rebound.
Shows his patience. Got the contact and laid it in. And with that, Houston leads by 2.
I think Marvin Williams, they're playing you against Luther Head. You got to take advantage of that. Give it back to him, AC Law. Make a play.
And Head strips it. That's a steal. Bobby Jackson has used his dribble. Good overplay. Shot clock at 12.
Nobody's getting open for him. I mean, he held the basketball for 10 seconds.
Head deep. Got it. Luther Head. And here come the threes again.
The three-point shooter, you got to defend it. You got to know shot. You got to know momentum, and you got to know what's going on. And I think right now, Marvin should not have to fight against Luther Head. Here's a guy. Take your time, even though you drew that foul. Just take your time. Get in the post. Don't bring it down low, because that's where you're bringing it down to the little fella. That's at his advantage. Get in the paint, and I think the Hawks should got to milk Marvin Williams right now against Luther Head. You can't let this team get away with playing 2 small point guards.
On the bounce, Pachulia went down hard. Foul is on Novak. Big time collision here.
Yes, indeed. Zaza just ran right into Novak. Made sure he drew the foul. Good job by Zaza.
23-18 Houston. Flames and Thrashers tomorrow night. We'll have the coverage at 7 o'clock right here on Sports South. JP Della Camera, Darren Elliott on the call tomorrow night right here for Thrashers hockey. I love listening to those guys. Learn something new about hockey every night.
I do.
Mr. Elliott.
Every minute when I'm listening.
Zaza coming back, hits both free throws. 23-20. Not much going on right here as Hayes loses it. AC Law. Marvin springs into the jumper. And Pachulia fouls Hayes.
Like Zaza, those are fouls that you can live with as a coaching staff. Zaza Pachulia going for the basketball, fighting on that offensive rebound on the glass.
Houston not exactly setting the house on fire. Can't take a 5-point lead here.
Good read by Josh Smith.
Dumps it over to AC Law. Tipped up and in by Josh Smith.
That's the type of plays we're used to by Josh Smith. Deflection, got it out to AC Law, and
hustle
then
back, tap it in.
First guy to get down after AC Law misses that little bunny. He was right there.
23-22. Battier on the handoff to Head. Nope, going to keep it.
He's just holding the basketball.
Shot clock at 5 is Luther. Bobby Jackson. Josh Smith clears to Joe. Hawks can get the lead back.
Nobody wants to pick up Joe Johnson.
Oh, why didn't you shoot it there, Joe? Pachulia. Stripped. And the foul on the Rockets. Got a timeout. 8:46 remaining. Second quarter in Atlanta. A 1-point decision. played for the Rockets, and he's now doing color on the Houston TV with our buddy Bill Royal. There's Kevin Willis. He had 12 points and 8 rebounds in that game. Of course, Dominique was featured a moment ago. He had 27. And one of the referees, Sean Corbin. Here's Neek. And Sean Corbin is working this game.
Andrew Lang, he's here.
Andrew Lang played in that game. Saw him before the contest. So isn't that interesting?
Interesting. It's interesting that Sean Corbin refereed that game, and he's doing the game now.
The streak buster. And right now, he is talking to Mike Woodson in a very animated fashion. 23-22. Last foul is on Chuck Hayes. Poke away. Loose ball. Salim back to get it. Scola back in the ball game. Shot clock at 1 and a rejection. That's going to be a 24-second violation. Rafer Alston said, man, I was ready to go on a fast break.
And I think I can understand what Rafer Alston was saying. After the block, it looked like they gained possession before the shot clock. Right here, it looks like Scola has it. He hands it off to Rafer Alston before the shot clock buzzer. Good for the Hawks because that stopped a 2-3-on-1 break.
Good poke away by A.C. Law. Houston by 1. Josh Smith into the alley. Rebound Houston. Hawks lead the board, Grace, 17-15. Luther Head driving it on Josh Smith. Got the layup to go.
Smart play.
That was a quick shot.
Didn't do a conventional 1.5. Just kind of flipped it up there real quick, understanding that the shot blocker was coming. And that's what we talk about a lot of times, Bob. Yes, Josh Smith was beat. But was there anybody there to help him? If somebody else gets beat, he's there right on the spot.
Josh, and 1.
It's a score and 1 more for Chase Boone.
Good concentration, good quickness. Yes, and that's a little bump. Touchy-touch foul, but it's a foul. And I like that Josh Smith had the concentration level to finish it.
Second foul on Chuck Hayes. Now coming into the ball game is rookie Mike Harris. And Battier goes out.
Rafer Alston and our scores table are getting into it. Rafer's like blowing in. And our scores tables guys saying he got to get up to the table. Haven't seen that one before.
Rockets by a point. Luther drives it, kicks it. Chuck Hayes on the reversal. And that's that baseline movement you see from Houston.
They're sharing the basketball.
And it's a travel on Marvin. Larry Drew just popped off the Atlanta bench and was yelling out at A.C. Law, get us in something.
Yes, I think A.C. Law, he didn't do anything wrong. Came down, gave the ball to Marvin because he saw he was open. But as a point guard, you got to understand time, momentum, and possessions. Right now, when you're down 3, you want a play that you run that you know you can get a basket or a good look. Just a random play is not good right now for the Hawks because they're down and things are not going good.
And it's a layup for Chuck Hayes.
See, that's the difference. They ran a play and got an easy layup. We ran a non-play, gave it to a guy who turned the basketball over. Now they're in their set, something that Mike Woodson wants. Now you can get the balanced offensive movement and a play you want.
Just nothing there for Marvin. Scola fouled by Stoudemire. Oh, is that going up for a shot?
Yes. Good pick and roll. You see Josh Smith showed. Nobody picked up Josh Smith's man. He's supposed to step out on the pick and roll, Bob. But his man rolled and nobody picked him up.
Scola to the line. Horton Here's a Who will be opening in theaters Friday, March 14th. Stay tuned for an exclusive look at the trailer for the movie at the end of the half. Not much playing time for Scola early. Got those 2 quick fouls. Now misses the first of 2. Just a 62%er at the line.
Well, the one bad part about this run and this time of the game, Bob, is Rick Adelman is buying a lot of rest time for Shane Battier, Dikembe Mutombo, and Tracy McGrady. And they will sit as long as they have this lead.
Hey, you got to give it to the Houston bench. They've come in and turned this game around. They've outscored Atlanta 15-2. Salim quickly inside. Josh Smith. Now Salim for three.
That went in, Bob, and out. Well, you see right now, Rafer Alston, the veteran point guard, is showing guys what to do. Young guy Mike Harris not understanding what the play is. But they're running a high pick and roll, getting the shots they want right now.
Rafer misses. Rebound ends up. Hayes, Scola. Luis had it blocked. Stays with it and puts it in.
I mean, somebody has to get down there. Now it's time for Al Horford. He's got to take over definitely man down that paint right now, Al, without Dikembe Mutombo in the game.
Josh Smith left it short. And the rebound to Houston. Alston cross courts to Luther Head. 5:25 to go. Second quarter. 32-24 Rockets. Boy, Joe really pushing Scola. Luis finds Alston. 5 on the shot clock. Horford, good job of staying with him.
Good tip out by Josh Smith.
Now we got a blocking foul on Scola. And that's his third. A timeout. 5:05 left, second quarter. Rockets by 8. Smitty, this one has turned around 180.
It has. I think when you look at it, it's a great start by the Atlanta Hawks, 14-4. Next thing you know, the Houston Rockets just manned it, stayed in the game, held down the fort, got a chance to, didn't play extremely well, but left the first period all tied up.
Atlanta shooting 31%, and then in that total is Joe's 4 for 7.
So basically the rest of the team is shooting 5 for 22.
Now Al Horford missing the first of 2. AC Law, Marvin sitting. Hawks backcourt right now has Salim and Bibby with Joe, Josh, and Al. A little different look.
And we said it. You said it as well, Bob. Give a lot of credit to the Houston Rockets bench. They've come in and played very well, especially Chuck Hayes. 6 points and 6 rebounds.
McGrady is back.
I mean, Chuck Hayes averages 2.9 points, Bob. He has 6.
Luther Head kicks it out. Rafer for 3. And the rebound to Josh Smith. Now Bibby. Rockets coming the other way. T-Mac, maybe it's just me, Smitty, but he does not look comfortable outside tonight. Luther Head, my goodness.
That was deep.
From Marietta.
I mean, no hesitation, no conscience. Pull that one.
Bibby for 2. Boy, nobody can hit a shot.
Not at all. And I don't think the Atlanta Hawks are running much offense. I think right now you got to run some offense, and I think you got to go through Joe Johnson right now. This is the one consistent guy. Also, he's your best player and your all-star. You want to get back on track, go through him for a little bit.
Mike Harris going to try his.
We might can make a shot from over here, Bob.
Goodness. Tipped in the backcourt. Shot clock at 14 for Salim.
Well, this is not an offense. This is just out of basketball playing. These are not good shots.
And you see the results. Now Joe gets an open look.
His name is Joe Johnson, Bob.
Yes, sir.
He's been in a rhythm. He's your best player. Why isn't he not touching the basketball right now?
McGrady again matched up by Josh Smith. Shoots over him and misses. Joe going to work. And he'll shoot a pair. Chuck Hayes picks up his third. Rockets are going to take their timeout.
Firstly, you got to mark that New Jersey game at New Jersey. That's a chance to pick up 2 games if you can win that one.
Well, you see Josh Childress. Smitty, no factor tonight. 3 fouls in that first quarter.
Well, you look at it, I think he's had a subpar game in Orlando, didn't get a chance to get in rhythm, hasn't played a lot of minutes, and how bad do we need Josh Childress points off the bench?
Big time.
Definitely hope he can get on track in this second half.
It's interesting for Chills. He had double figures 18 times in a 25-game stretch from the start of the year to mid-February. Childress has had only 3 double-figure games in his last 10. Joe Johnson to the line, and tonight's Points in the Paint brought to you by the Home Depot. Rockets, without Mutombo playing much, +10.
+10 in that paint, and that's one of my big keys, points in the paint. 16 for the Houston Rockets, and they don't really have a go-to guy in the post. That definitely should be opposite, 16 for the Atlanta Hawks. Because you look at it, there's no post play. These are just guys driving the basketball, committing themselves to driving it.
Under 3 to play, second quarter. Atlanta began the night 5 of 9. Since 5 for 23, 21%. The rookie misses. Harris comes back and gets it. Second chance for T-Mac and company. McGrady lost the handle. And it's out to Atlanta.
Tracy
Not one of his better halves.
Not at all. And when you see a guy complain, things are not just going well. And you tell, frustration is mounting up on Tracy McGrady's face.
2 for 8 from the field in 15 minutes. Battier draws Joe defensively. Salim to Marvin. Second bucket tonight for Marvin Williams.
Hawks needed that bucket and Marvin Williams. He struggled a little bit along with this Atlanta Hawks offense. Got to get somebody going. Besides Joe Johnson, he's the only guy scoring points for us. 14 points. And no other Hawks have, but Josh Smith has 8 points. And there's Dikembe Mutombo trying to get an offensive rebound.
Out of bounds it goes. Novak coming in for the Rockets. And Dikembe goes out. Atlanta can take the lead on this possession. Hawks just 4 of 15 in the period. Joe trying to measure Battier. Tough shot, and it rolls in.
These are not easy shots. He doesn't have an easy defender, and he's making it look easy. He is in a groove.
The machine.
That's it. The machine is rolling right now.
Inside. A rejection by Horford. And a great save by Joe.
Got to go right back to him, Salim. Give it to him. Right there. That's close enough, Joe.
Stoudemire for 3.
I think Salim has to understand who is guarding. You had a bigger defender. Just go around him and make a play. Shots will come back to you.
Could be knocked out of bounds. Let's take a look at that last Dodge drive of the game, courtesy of Joe.
I mean, you can't get any better defense than Shane Battier. Making him shoot a fall away, going away from the basket. Took away his initial move. That just shows you the machine is starting to get revved up again.
33-32 Atlanta. Novak, high post, McGrady. In the corner, Harris, bounce, Novak, shooter, no good. Bibby, cross court, Joe, wide open. Josh Smith, second chance. Marvin. Horford got away with that one, but Hawks have a foul to give.
And Joe Johnson, you'd love to see somebody else run over and take this foul besides Joe Johnson, even though he only has 1. Joe has to take it, though. He's matched up against T-Mac.
And Joe will come out of the game in favor of Mario West. Yeah, I was going to say that, Mario's a real bulldog as a defensive player, but then I remember, he's a Georgia Tech guy. Can't really say
call
that.
him a bulldog, huh?
No, I can't.
He's a technician on defense.
Jeremy Richardson comes in.
Number 32, Jeremy Richardson.
And Al Horford exits. Five seconds for Rafer. Bounce inside. McGrady got it back and got whacked with .8. My goodness. And Mario West fouled him.
You see the initial defense by Mario West. Extremely good. Played him well. Blocked the first one. Just not small enough. And then you look at it. Came and got another foul. Good out of bounds play by the Rockets. But perfect defense by Mario West.
Telling you.
Tracy's not looking good.
That's what happens when you guarantee victories before games. Missed both free throws. And the first half is in the books.
Both of them.
Unbelievable. Hawks end the period on a 9-0 run and take a 1-point lead into the locker room. Now let's get a sneak peek.
Odds are he's not going to have a bad shooting second half.
When it's 33-32, you can always say, boy, the rebounding numbers look good.
But there's a lot of them to get.
T-Mac. Battier swings it. Alston 0 for 8 in the first half. Hits a 3 to start the second.
He's a gamer. That's the one guy that when you look at Bob, you won't worry about. He won't be hesitant to shoot the basketball. He'll be 0 for 20 before he stops shooting.
And he's been in such a good streak. Bibby. And a foul. Not on Mutombo, I believe on Battier. Yes. Shane picking up his first. He got whacked in the head.
Yes, he did. And it's probably Dikembe Mutombo got him.
Friendly fire. Want to win a trip to the NBA Finals? We'll look inside specially marked packs of Double Mint Gum for your chance to go. No purchase necessary. See WrigleyHoops.com for details and a free entry. Void where prohibited. Sweepstakes ends April 30th, 2008. Must be 18 or older and a legal resident of the 50 U.S. states and D.C. Odds of winning depend on the number of entries received. Al Horford hits 2 free throws to push Atlanta even at 35. Houston with 15 on the shot clock.
Good job. Excellent job of double teaming T-Mac. Dikembe Mutombo come to set the pick, and every time you should double. Make Dikembe beat you.
Tracy gives it up. McGrady 2 for 10 tonight. Oh, look at that flip by Alston with Josh Smith on him. He wanted no part of that shot.
Not it up. He just threw it up as quick as he could.
Marvin drills it. Battier tried to take the charge. No whistle. 6 for Williams.
You got to love that about Shane Battier. Here's a kid that will give up his body. Beautiful play by Mike Bibby. Avoiding that charge and distributing the basketball right on time to Marvin.
Alston up short. Dikembe fights for it. Gets fouled.
And I think Marvin took one from Dikembe. Got to watch his elbows.
If you're about 6'7" to 6'9", you are in prime target zone for those elbows.
Yes, indeed. And it looked like Marvin took one right across. Not sure if it was Dikembe, but if you see anybody holding their face and he's in that area, he probably has something to do with it.
Now, you played with Deke a long time. Did you ever catch any friendly fire?
Oh, in practice, definitely. When you look at it, there's his elbows, and Dikembe slapping down. He's just wailing, and he doesn't mind getting people up off of him.
Deke missing. And the rebound to Horford. 37-35 Atlanta. Bibby turning. Bibby 1 of 6 shooting tonight after he shot the ball so well Monday in Orlando. Mike was 9 for 13 Monday night, 5 of 6 on threes. McGrady up and in.
Strong move. Went right to the basket, showed his degree of difficulty, made it look easy. And he's a guy, when you look at Tracy McGrady, he's all of 6'9". Even though he listed him as 6'8", he's a long guy. Much taller than me.
Joe Johnson. Well, I tell you, he's been the difference for Atlanta.
He has. I mean, 18 out of this 39 points. Almost half the points for the Atlanta Hawks.
McGrady. Line driving that one home.
He looks a little better. He's moving a little better. And you know he's not going to have a 2 for 10 shooting in this second half.
I think he asked Deke what he could drink at halftime. Get him going. Scola rebounds. Rafer in transition.
Good job by Al Horford hustling back and making sure Rafer Alston had no chance of driving the basketball.
Back to McGrady. Over Marvin. Missed the 3. Rebound Scola. Luis keeps it alive. Now to Kembe. There's nothing the Hawks could do with the length of Mutombo.
Well, you look at Scola 6'9" and Dikembe 7'2". They just kept the basketball up high, and there was nothing Josh Smith and Al Horford could do. If it came down or had been a quickness rebound, they would have got it.
And Mutombo back to that free throw line. 0 for 2 a moment ago. Hawks are in the stretch run for the playoffs. Don't miss a minute of the postseason action. Secure your tickets for the 08 NBA playoffs by placing a $250 seat deposit on an 08-09 Hawks season ticket plan. For details, visit Hawks.com or call 1-866-715-1500. Deke hits them both. And the Rockets lead it by 2. Al Horford. Good.
Yes. If he can knock down that shot, it's going to make problems for Dikembe and the Houston Rockets.
Well, and Deke's just not going to chase him out there.
No, Dikembe knows if he comes out there, Al Horford's going to blow past him.
Inside, trying to tee up Deke. Loose ball. Hawks on the turnover. Looking to get the lead back. Here's Josh Smith. And Dikembe bothers the shot. Now it's Horford inside. Joe for 3.
That's the first shot I saw him shooting this stretch run he's had where it didn't have a chance of going in. Every shot's been on mine, even though it's misses. They've looked good.
Battier gets his own miss and gets fouled on the rebound. Marvin's 3rd.
This is one of those.
Boy, what a grinder this has been.
Pitcher's duel right now. No one can get going offensively.
And Josh Smith the steal. Look out below.
Josh Smith, great overplay. And Rick Adelman hates those type of turnovers. You can see his facial expression. That's just a good overplay by Josh Smith.
Atlanta by 2. McGrady ties it. Boy, that bad first half, a thing of the past.
Yes, indeed. He's starting to make shots right now.
Joe around Al. And again, way off the mark.
Way off the mark on those shots. And fatigue has started to play a factor for Joe Johnson.
And Marvin Williams on the reach in against McGrady. So Marvin's got 4 fouls.
Great steal.
This is our delivery of the game brought to you by UPS. Man.
When he cocked it back, Bob, he paused, and all the camera guys took pictures. Then he dunked it. Where's Scott Cunningham, our photographer? Wrong end, Scott. You got to hustle.
Oh, he can shoot at 94 feet.
Yes, you think so?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
See what lens he has. Nope, that lens won't make it, Bob.
So Marvin has to go out of the game, and Mario West comes in. Battier. And that's an and one. And Josh Smith lost his shoe. How did that happen?
I think when he came down, he stepped on somebody's foot. But when you look at it, great ball movement by the Rockets, and Shane Battier, smart, went right into Josh Smith's, preventing him from being able to block that shot.
So they're waiting for Josh to get that shoe back on.
They kind of have to wait because there's only one free throw.
Battier bidding for double figures. Former NCAA champion at Duke. Two-time National Defensive Player of the Year. Led the ACC in floor burns.
And the NBA. Here's a guy who will just take charges after charges. And he took so many of them in key possessions, especially in college. Did it all for Duke.
Rockets by 3. Joe. And this one charged to Battier. His second. Well, this has just turned into a push me, pull you affair.
I think
First team to 60 wins this one.
The team who can definitely get a spurt and get some breathing room has a good chance, because the other team is definitely going to panic because no one's scoring the basketball. No one's in rhythm for the Atlanta Hawks except Joe Johnson. And I think for also, when you look at the Rockets, not a lot of these guys in rhythm as well. I think when you look at it right now is a team that can get some kind of spurt, get some distance in this lead, and also not turn the basketball over, has a good chance.
46-45 Rockets bidding for their 20th consecutive win. Alston. Battier. Back now to Alston. Rafer. Nope. Scola. McGrady goes into Battier. And that drops with the left hand.
Good recognition by Tracy McGrady. Didn't force it. Saw the smaller Bibby on Shane Battier. Went right to him.
Tough shot for Allen. He hits it. He got pushed off the block by Scola, but good concentration.
Yes, it was. A good, strong move. Took the bump and still was able to finish.
Now Battier. On the cut, McGrady. Josh Smith just a touch late, and T-Mac starting to get it going, Smitty.
He's starting to get hot. He's moving better, and they're getting into him quick.
Horford. Rockets by 3.
And this is a good lineup for Tracy McGrady. He has offensive players on the game. No Dikembe Mutombo, no Chuck Hayes. You got all scorers, guys who can make plays. And now the Hawks is hard for them to come double.
Oh, T-Mac.
He's starting to feel it, Bob. And I think right now you got to get it out of his hands. And also deny him a little bit more before he gets the basketball. Make him catch it out way outside, not in his sweet spot.
Rockets by 5. Joe backs it out. Now drives it. Bibby.
Whoa.
And Josh Smith tipped it in.
Was that beautiful? Over Tracy McGrady. And it went right in, Bob.
52-49, Houston.
Good job by Mike Bibby. Just recognition. Went right out there and drew the double team.
T-Mac trying to get it back from Battier. The ball was kicked. And that will bring us to a timeout. 4:13, third quarter. McGrady has done 5 of 6 from the field in this second half. And the Hawks have got to get somebody other than that man going. I mean, he can't do it all night, can he, Smitty?
He's trying. The one thing you like about the new nickname for Joe Johnson, the Machine. The Machine is trying.
Shot clock reset to 14. Foul line Al Horford. And that's going to put the Hawks over the limit. So free throws coming for Luis Scola. Be part of the action when your Hawks take on the Milwaukee Bucks. That's Wednesday, March the 26th. First 5,000 fans in attendance receive a Home Depot gift card with values up to $1,000. For tickets, visit Hawks.com or call 1-800-4NBA-TICKS. Scola hits 2 free throws, and Houston goes up by 5.
Wow, when they're in the bonus, now it's really difficult to guard guys because now you can't touch anybody. Any bumps, they get to the free throw line.
Bibby. Good catch, Horford. Oh!
He just missed a bunny. Good pass by Mike Bibby.
Rafer Alston. Now McGrady. Defended by Josh Smith. Alston.
I mean, he's off. Good rebound by Mario West.
Rafer is now 1 for 13.
He will keep shooting.
Joe steps in, scores.
Look at Mario West get back on defense. I mean, he sprinted. Rafer Alston was trying to throw the basketball to him.
54-51. Battier into Scola. Shoots it. Missed it. Great D. Joe looking again. Josh Smith. Good on the follow.
And Josh Smith, 14 points and 17 rebounds.
That is matched a season high. And 1 away from a career high for Josh Smith.
And this is going to be tough. A pick and roll with Mike Bibby guarding Rafer Alston. And the reason why I say it's going to be tough is Tracy McGrady is setting the pick, so Josh Smith can't give too much help. Somebody else is have to come over, and you don't want the Hawks to switch it.
Joe gives it up. Bibby fires. Mario West. Now Joe for 3. That's no good.
And it's the same play. You know, a team, when they score on it, they'll come back right back to it.
Absolutely. That's just smart basketball by Houston.
And smart basketball by Josh Smith and Mike Bibby. Not releasing on Tracy McGrady, making Rafer Alston beat you. Hit the last one, but not that one.
Horford. Boy, confident stroke outside tonight.
Defense.
1-point game. Here's steal. Scola. Here's Bibby. And a loose ball foul on Houston. We've got a timeout, 1:13 to go, third quarter, 56-55 Rocket.
If they do win, it doesn't look like this will be by double figures. This looks like this is going to be a grinded out game all the way to the end. I think the Hawks have a good chance of breaking this record tonight. This game is right in their hands. Even though they're down 1, I think the pace of this game is ugly. Anybody can win it. Just a couple plays at the end can definitely be the difference in this game.
1:13 left in this third period. Bibby getting it into Mario West. Mike looking, finds Josh Smith. Inside against McGrady. Nice quick shot that rolls in.
Beautiful move.
And your Hawks take the lead.
Atlanta gets the lead back at 57-56.
I got a feeling this could be a 20-point, 20-rebound game for Josh Smith the way he's going.
Battier is bumped down by Mario West.
Smart play by Shane Battier. Just used aggressiveness by Mario West against him. Stuck his body out, drew that foul, and got to the free throw line.
When you got a player that comes into the league with no rep like a Mario West, does word spread through the other clubs when he comes into the game?
Oh, these scouts right here next to us every night, Bob, you can tell. They'll tell you which guy comes out and plays hard and will give you that total effort on every situation. And sometimes you use that aggression against him, like on that play, Shane Battier. That's something that Shane Battier did scout. Just got a good feel for the game. But Mario's reputation right now is running through this league. A great defender. Got to keep an eye on him and got to box him out.
And an effort guy.
Yes.
58-57. Battier strikes me as the kind of guy that would read the scouting reports.
Yeah, and listen to everything a coach has to say.
Loose ball. And let's see, is that going to be a clear path? Luther Head was sprinting to the other end. Look at the hands by McGrady.
They were very quick hands. And Josh Smith making sure he doesn't get an easy one.
It is not a clear path. Third on Josh. And Tracy McGrady put together a 10-point third quarter at the line. What's up with McGrady at the free throw line tonight? 3 of 7.
He's struggling. I mean, he shot 2 for 10, now 7 for 16. That means he's shooting the basketball extremely well from the field. But it hasn't been comfortable at this free throw line.
Rockets have missed 8. 2-point lead for the men of Rick Adelman. When he was coaching Portland, the Blazers had a 16-game winning streak. 59-57. Joe works it in, protects it. Pachulia knocked away. And the ball belongs to Atlanta.
Good job of Pachulia fighting and thought he might have got fouled on that one. They didn't call it, but he stayed with the play. Got a chance to knock it off Chuck Hayes for another possession for the Atlanta Hawks.
12.8 left in the period. And they're taking care of the perspiration on the floor. AC Law to get it in. In it comes to Joe Johnson. 10 seconds.
This is just Joe Johnson versus Shane Battier. Who's going to get the best of this one?
It's going to be out of bounds to Houston with 1 second.
Good job by Mario West. Almost got another possession for the Houston Rockets.
Battier lets it fly. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. Will the Rockets streak come to an end in Atlanta? This ball game up for grabs. Timeout. Of a game, if you're just coming our way tonight on Sports South, Joe Johnson has been the only constant for Atlanta offensively. He's got 22, but he has been pushed to the max physically once again. Let's see if Joe can carry this Hawk team over the finish line one more time. AC Law lets it go.
I think the one guy who's kind of stepped up and helped out offensively has been a lot of putbacks, but no matter how he's scoring the basketball, is Josh Smith. I think they got to look to him a little bit. He's doing an excellent job rebounding the basketball and playing hard.
Here's Bobby Jackson getting a layup, and he blew it. Couldn't believe he was that open.
It was too easy. He was stutter-stepping, not knowing what to do. Got into the teeth of the defense. Very, very easy layup, and he missed it.
AC Law, Pachulia, and a strip. Foul on Luther Head. His second. Stay tuned right after the game. Hawks Live coming your way. Jerome and Dominique will have it all. The recap from here at Phillips Arena. James Barrett in the locker room. Hawks Live coming up right after the game.
Well, you can see Shane Battier going over to Bobby Jackson and giving him that. Both guys laughing, saying, how did you miss that layup? It happens. You know, a guy hasn't played a lot of minutes, coming in stiff, and you get a wide open layup. You're not sure whether to take it. You just figure somebody's going to be there. There was nobody there. Good job by Zaza.
Ties the game.
Zaza, Josh Childress, and AC Law off the bench can give some good minutes so Mike Woodson can rest some of these guys, Marvin and Josh, for this stretch run.
Jackson.
A little gun shy right now, Bobby Jackson.
Needs some help. Finds it in Luther head. 5 on the shot clock. Luther against AC Law. Step back, top of the key. Good.
He will shoot the basketball. Not gun shy at all. Luther Head will get shots up.
61-59. Childress. Hayes outlets. 2-on-1. Bobby Jackson lays this one in.
That play made by Chuck Hayes. That missed layup by Josh Childress gave an unbalanced court for the Atlanta Hawks. Rockets took advantage.
63-59. Joe Johnson. Deflection by Battier. Shot clock at 1. McGrady rebounds. Bobby Jackson, the fake, the drive.
He's not feeling comfortable.
Battier.
Bobby Jackson is definitely not feeling comfortable. Didn't take the first shot or the pump fake second shot.
Bibby got it to go. Second bucket tonight from Mike Bibby. And it's 63-61.
This is a game. One spurt by somebody can get this game over with.
Luther head.
Good contest by Mike Bibby. Like how he closed out on the shooter, went right past him on his shoot arm, and made him force a difficult shot.
And Bibby will go to the line. Luther head picking up his third foul. Marvin Williams comes back, and AC Law goes out.
And I think when you look at now, Luther Head, Bobby Jackson. Somebody has to guard a big defender. Shane Battier will be on Joe Johnson, so somebody small will have to guard Marvin Williams. He has to take advantage of that. Not only just scoring the basketball, you can go get rebounds, you can draw a double team, but that height and size advantage. And I think Rick Adelman just recognized and he took Luther Head out.
And Scola comes back. Second free throw from Mike Bibby. 73% at the line this season. (63-62) Rockets. Winners of 19 straight.
Good read by Joe Johnson. He's doing it all.
Pick it off. Lay it up for Childress. And a turnover.
Good job. Joe Johnson playing two guys to Josh Childress. Even got back on that play. Good read.
McGrady. Hayes fights for the rebound. Not at Jackson.
Jackson is gun shy after that missed layup. Doesn't feel good. He usually takes those shots.
Bobby over Joe. Bangs it in. It's almost like you were trying to talk him out of shooting.
I didn't want him to get hot at all.
That's a pretty big swing right there, and now we got a whistle. We got an offensive foul.
And Scola took one from Zaza right in the lips. Well, who shoots the free throw?
Battier, I think.
I'm looking at Tracy McGrady not walking up there. Tracy McGrady is struggling at the free throw line this game and for the season. Looking up his stats, shooting 69%.
Yeah, isn't that odd?
That is very odd.
A player with his rep and shooting ability.
And then, Shane Battier, 71%. That's decent. Golly, I'd love to be on this team. You shoot the text all night.
4-point game.
Dikembe should be shooting the free throws. He's shooting 77%.
Big possession here. Hawks need to stop, even though we've got 8 to go. Bricked by McGrady. And the Hawks do get the basketball. Here's Bibby. Marvin Williams. Gets rid of it. Horford. Good.
That's a good play by Marvin. Beat the power forward off the dribble and make a play.
Alston gives McGrady. Back to Rafer. 2 for 15 is Alston. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He will keep shooting.
And a 5-point game. 5th, Houston 3. Bibby to Josh Smith, and it's out of bounds. Hawks have it, 17 seconds to shoot.
This Shane Battier and Joe Johnson, they have to be tired after this basketball game.
Oh,
they
man.
are just wrestling, jockeying for position. Look at these two. Shane Battier fighting around screens, Joe fighting around double teams.
Foul coming on McGrady.
Watch this battle. Look at these two guys. Joe got to get open, push off on Shane Battier. Then Shane Battier takes a big pick by Horford. Joe drives. Who says the NBA is not physical?
Really? Joe's played 38 minutes. Battier 37. Joe rolls in a big free throw. 7:15 left. This has not been aesthetically pleasing. But boy, it sure has been intense. Because the Rockets, they just don't want to lose.
When you look at what's at stake for both teams, Bob, the Rockets, if they can win this game, they move up with the same amount of wins as the San Antonio Spurs, just be down one game in a loss column.
And that's in your division.
You're right. And then when you look at the Hawks, staying alive is what's at stake for them.
T-Mac. And the rebound to Marvin. Nets are winning by 11. Second quarter at the Meadowlands over Cleveland. Bibby. And it's out of bounds to Houston. It's that time of year, Smitty, scoreboard watching.
Yes, everybody, especially for the Hawks, got about 3 or 4 teams that they got to be watching. And for Houston, it's the same thing as everybody in the West. You don't want anybody to gain ground on you.
They've won 19 straight, and if they lose 3 in a row, they'll probably fall to 8. Battier. Nope.
A little tired.
Scola. And it's slapped out of his hands.
I think when you look at it, a lot of fatigue is playing factors on guys shooting jump shots. Just for those extra running, getting your legs in it, following through when you're tired. I think the Hawks doing a good job right now defending.
Lob in, McGrady, quick shot, and it drops.
That's a beautiful play. It's so hard because you got to kind of have your hands on Tracy McGrady, get ready for him to come off the screen. And he throws a lob. That's a fault to the guy who's gotten the guy out of bounds. You got to make sure you standing there making the ball go that way and being able to deter him from getting a chance to throw an easy lob that way.
Josh Smith off target. 71-66 Houston. 5:45 to play. Rafer, no. And Josh Smith corrals yet another rebound. His 19th. Joe carries it up. Tips it in.
Joe Johnson is doing it all. The machine. I mean, what can you say about his effort, Bob? Night in and night out. He's guarding Tracy McGrady. He's guarding Dwayne Wade. He's guarding everybody. Turkoglu, Rashard Lewis, and scoring the basketball and pretty much playing the entire game.
He's not coming out of the game. Alston. Baseline. Scola. Houston shooting 33%, and they still lead by 3. Joe will shoot 2.
Whew, it's taking a toll. Boy, he's putting in some work.
Blocking foul on
100 after 3. Never know.
Joe Johnson. 27.
This has been an unbelievable run for Joe Johnson.
His last 6 games, he has averaged over 30.
1 point game.
71-70 Rockets.
Everything out the window now. Just 5 minutes left to try to win this basketball game.
McGrady with 8. Rebound, Alston. Second chance for Houston. The 20-game winning streak hanging in the balance, or the potential for it. McGrady. Tip, no. Tip again. Hayes, another chance.
And the reason why, Bob, when Tracy McGrady drives the basketball, he's drawing so much attention.
And they get a layup from Chuck Hayes.
Wow. I didn't see that pass. Tracy McGrady definitely saw it better than us. Thought he was kicking it out to the corner to Shane Battier. But Chuck Hayes in the right spot got a chance to get an easy layup.
73-70. Bibby got right there and missed it. 3-on-2 the other way. Rafer Alston. Scola. And the Hawks take a timeout. Houston goes up 5. 2 big hoops, and you wonder if that may have been the game's turning point. Timeout at Phillips.
Just need 3 more minutes and 41 seconds from Joe Johnson to get this win.
Joe is our safe auto player of the game with another remarkable night. And even though the shooting percentage is not that high, keep in mind he has been doubled more than once, as is always the case when he gets hot. Single coverage early in the game, and then everybody in the kitchen sink after that. Battier D's him up right here. Through the doubles. Joe can't score. Tip no. Josh Smith. 3 red shirts around him and a missed shot.
Now that's one he's definitely got to bring out. Love the effort on the rebound in the end by Josh, getting his 21st rebound. But no angle to get a shot up. Got to bring it out and just run your offense again.
75-70. McGrady. And he got the bounce.
Can you believe that? It touched the rim, it touched the backboard, it touched the rim again, and rattled in at the end. That's more than a shooter's touch.
Joe holds it, works on Battier. Can Joe be as fortunate? Now Josh Smith for 3. And the rebound claimed by Battier. You've fought all night, Hawks. You've got to fight some more.
Points in the paint. Got to dry the basketball.
77-70.
No jump shots. Drive it. Just like that.
And McGrady will go to the line. Marvin's 5th.
That's excellent defense by Joe Johnson. Boing. Boing. Boing.
Then he gives Joe a little tap on the backside.
Because he knows Joe Johnson definitely contested that shot. Excellent.
McGrady now with 23. Since Yao went down 8 games ago, T-Mac has averaged 25. Ultra slow start tonight, but a big second half. Boy, he has struggled mightily. 5 for 10 at the foul line. Hawks down 8. And it's out of bounds. Now we have a whistle and a timeout for the Rockets. 2:15 left. Houston ball, and the Rockets with an 8-point advantage.
Whether or not the Hawks understand it, Dikembe Mutombo is not in the basketball game, so you must drive the basketball. Definitely Shane Battier is the guy that's going to take a charge, but he's so occupied with Joe Johnson, he shouldn't be there. You must drive it against Chuck Hayes and Scola and make them block your shots with all the athletes we have.
Houston has outscored Atlanta 48-37 in the second half.
Big possession right now defensively for the Hawks. Got to get a stop.
Yeah, this is huge. Rick Adelman up to midcourt to call out the play that he wants. Hawks showing zone. McGrady for three. Bullseye. Wow. 81-70.
Got to go quick, Hawks.
10 straight points by the Rockets. Joe. Rebound McGrady with 1:40 left.
Well, you know, this Houston Rockets with Rick Adelman and two veterans in Rafer Alston and Tracy McGrady, they will milk this, and I think you got to get up and make him play fast right now. You just can't. There's not enough possession to stand back and let the shot clock run down.
McGrady. Horford gets it over now to Bibby for three. Good.
You see the frustration on Rick Adelman. He did not want to give up any threes.
Especially to Bibby. He knew Mike was sitting in that sweet spot.
You'd rather give up a two if you're in Rick Adelman's situations versus a three.
Third foul on Joe. That was the Hawks' first in the last 2 minutes. Now Rafer Alston.
This would be tough to definitely double team him, but you got to do it. You got to get out the balls out their hand, make them play fast. No, don't double now. You just got to let Joe play one-on-one.
McGrady, Alston outside. Battier for three. No good. Rebound tipped, and Houston's got it. Now you got a foul. I think. Looks like the Hawks are just going to concede.
It's just 8 points. You got a foul.
Now we get a
why foul now?
Reach in by Josh
you
Smith.
Let 10 seconds run off the shot clock.
T-Mac to the line. And we've got Hawks Live coming up next. Several Rocket fans in attendance tonight. Sitting right behind the bench. And you see that poster there, 20-0. That'll be the run here in 35 seconds. McGrady with his 28th point. He had 7 at halftime. And now a steal by Rafer Alston. Oh boy, I tell you what, the last 3 minutes, the Rockets just owned this game. It was 71-70. McGrady. 8 seconds, 7. Harmon runs it down and dunks it. It matters not. The Rockets have tied the Milwaukee Bucks for the second longest winning streak in NBA history. They gut it out at the end and win 83-75.